Oh, hey everyone. My name's Andrew. I'm a doctor of physical therapy in Las Vegas, and today I'm going to be going over ways that you can help with neck stiffness, and especially for those of you that are always working on the go, or if you're like me and may work from home and in odd places sometimes. So for those of you that are dealing with neck stiffness, I'm going to go over 4 movements that can help with relieving your symptoms. But it's also important to remember that if you don't have access to a spot that's ergonomically set up for you, you want to make sure that you're taking breaks from time to time and trying to change the environment that you're in, so then you're not in a position that's constantly going to cause you some discomfort. Let's get into those movements. So the first movement I'm going to do is for this upper trap muscle, and it's called an upper trap stretch. For this movement, you're just tilting your head to the side and you're making sure that you're not shrugging your shoulder up. In order to do that, you can even put your opposite hand behind you to make sure that you're keeping your shoulder from hiking up, or you can sit on your hand to make sure that you're not letting that shoulder hike up. And you should get a nice deep pull throughout the side of the neck here. If that feels like it's a little bit too much, you can also just gently tilt your head to the side without using your arm and get a more gentle pull there. Another stretch that you can do for the smaller scalene muscles in your neck is by slightly tilting your head to the side. And then when you slightly tilt your head to the side, you're gonna look up in the opposite direction. You should feel a light pull kind of deep in the neck here. And that's gonna help to get the scalene muscles that are more on the front of the neck. But you also have scalene muscles on the back of the neck. In order to get those, what you would do is tilt to the side slightly again, and this time we're turning and looking down. So when you're doing these movements, the biggest thing is making sure that you have a slight tilt and that you're not tilting to the side or shrugging that shoulder up. If you need to, you can use something like a towel to help hold your shoulder down and do the same thing. Slight tilt to the side, looking up, and then slight tilt to the side and looking down. And then you can get a nice deep pull there, okay? Something else I like to do with the towel is working on rotation in my neck. So if it feels like it's kind of stiff turning to the side, what you can do is you can use the towel to help assist you in rotating your head so you get a nice deep stretch that way as well. When you're doing this, you want to make sure that you're not causing any pain and that you're just getting a gentle pull here. And you can hold this movement for about 5 to 10 seconds, going each direction, maybe 3 to 5 times. And so nice and gentle there. For most of these stretches that I'm going over, it's important to understand that you don't want to cause a lot of pain and that the muscles in the neck are a little bit smaller. So you don't want to be extremely aggressive like you would if you're stretching out maybe a hamstring muscle or one of your leg muscles, where you can be way more aggressive and really tug on it. We have to remember that these muscles are smaller. And so instead of just tugging and pulling as hard as you can, you want to make sure that you're being a little bit gentle. The last movement I'm going to go over is actually going to require you to start using the muscles a little bit, but in a way that's very, very gentle. You want to start trying to use the muscles a little bit more, so then that way you can reinforce the movement that you want. Just stretching the whole time and then not reinforcing it with any type of movement or challenging the area slightly will just cause the muscles to get stiff again. So let's go over the next movement now. Okay, now I have a pillow and I'm laying down flat on my back. For this next movement, you're really just using the pillow as a way to assist how far you can rotate your head from side to side. And so now I'm starting to use the muscles actively in the neck as well, not just passively pulling on them or stretching them. You can also work on moving your head up and down to try to restore movement that way. I like doing side to side and up and down for about 2 sets of 10 each direction. I also sometimes will incorporate a chin tuck or pushing down into the pillow just ever so slightly to help try to engage the internal muscles of the neck a little bit more. All right, everyone. So those are a few quick movements that you can do in about 5 minutes or so to help with neck stiffness. But remember, even though we do stretches that might help relieve the neck stiffness, it's also important that you incorporate some type of active movement after doing it so you can really reinforce what it is that you want the neck muscles to do. You want them to relax and you want your neck to feel like it's mobile and ready to go. So I hope that was helpful. Take care, Burn Along.